One, I don't have the music ready. Oh shit, we're off to a good
None.
start. Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome
Hello.
to Bottom Dweller Banter. There we
Episode
go.
24.
Yeah,
Episode 24. Yeah.
24. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
24
it.
like the TV series 24. Wasn't that a TV series? And it was a video game, 24. I don't know what it was about though.
24
I don't know
hours.
really. Yeah, related to that, I think. Yeah. It was either 24 or 24 hours. I don't know the name.
Or was it 48?
Oh. No, no. I hope I didn't have another brain fart moment. No, it's 24. Stop lying to me.
No, man. It
The
was.
sequels.
The sequel
No.
was 48? That's the dumbest name I've ever
I'm
heard.
assuming. No, hold on. 24
24.
TV series.
Wasn't it a movie?
No, it's a TV series. I
Wait,
knew
it's
it was
called
right.
24?
Yeah, is 48 a TV series? No, there's a TV series called The
48?
First 48, an
48?
American documentary television series. So we're both correct. Oh my God,
Oh my god.
we're off to a great start, dude.
24. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard about this. It's that FBI shit.
yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
starting out, uh, I saw gotta get this right. Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I
Shang-Chi
can't say it.
last week. There's a scene in the movie where they go over that actually. Shang-Chi. Yeah. Yeah, it sucked. Uh,
Oh.
I gotta be honest, guys. I have to be really honest. It's one of those movies which just keeps going down. It starts off good. I gotta say, first quarter, first even half, you could say, pretty solid, and then so what did they get wrong? First of all, the thing you'll notice with this movie is Chinese Black Panther. It's like they took that template and they changed everything. Like the skeleton is there, and they changed the everything in between.
Mm.
But I gotta say, it ain't even as good. It ain't
Oh.
even as good because is this? How much can I spoil?
Uh,
How
Try not
much?
to for me. I want to come by it with
Not
my
major
opinion,
plot
but
points. Okay.
yeah, just talk. Yeah, go ahead. Just
I'll
I
be as broad
trust
as
you.
possible. First of
Yeah,
all,
I trust you.
I didn't know I was watching Shang-Chi's dad and the Legend of the Ten Rings, because he seems to have more screen time than my boy.
What? Okay.
Okay. Second of all, lots of exposition. Lots of exposition. I would say 75% of the movie is backstory and not told in an interesting way. It's like watching a slideshow where they explain whatever they're explaining. Chinese mythology, where did this come from? Where did that come from? It's
Aquaman
a
had that
lot of
issue.
backstory, man. I'm like,
Aquaman did that a
get
lot.
get to the point, man.
Mm.
Jesus.
All right, keep going.
Uh Last half of the movie is it's like you're not watching a Marvel movie. It's like you're watching Chinese cartoons. I'm not talking about anime. I'm talking Chinese cartoons, Chinese creatures fighting. You sit there and you're watching this. You're like, what did I pay for?
Oh, damn.
I am dead fucking serious. I noticed that a lot of these Marvel movies in the end tend to be just one big CGI mess. And this, yeah, like most movies, right? Black
Oh my
Panther.
god.
They just all turn into a big CGI mishmash at the end, and this is exactly what this was. Um, the humor, the Marvel trademark humor, which takes a
Please.
otherwise good scene and completely butchers it, is
Oh no.
everywhere.
Oh no.
One of the biggest sin in movies, having a very amazing choreographed kung fu martial arts scene. That's what hurts me about this movie. Is the disappointment is that if you do what do you say, director's cut, this could be one of the better Marvel movies out there. The martial arts is there. The foundation is there. It's got a good idea. But then You can't break up a martial arts scene with the stupid Marvel jokes, man. Come on. You'll know what I'm talking about if you ever get
I
around to watching this
well,
movie.
let me say one thing. I know
Can
what you're
you
talking about
sorry, can
because
you imagine watching a Bruce Lee movie and it keeps cutting to a joke
oh no, I don't want to even imagine that world.
during a fight scene?
Ah.
Are
Ew,
you
wait, so does this stop the momentum of the fight
Yes.
scenes?
Yes.
No, I can't. Oh god, oh
Multiple
no.
times.
No. Oh my god, dude.
Let me say martial arts scenes were good when they're not being interrupted constantly. The actors all did a good job with the script that they got, which isn't much to be honest.
Oh,
Um, some of the best scenes are in the beginning of the movie. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. Um, the jokes, the jokes. I laughed maybe. Let's say there were, let's say I counted 15 jokes, average. I
yeah.
laughed maybe twice. This is in a cinematic. This is in a cinema environment where you generally laugh with the audience, even though it's something not that
Yeah.
funny. People
Yeah, yeah,
laugh.
yeah.
I laughed
Yeah.
maybe twice. One of them was funny. The other one I just kind of went with the crowd.
Yeah. Oh.
Come on, man! Like they gotta, they really gotta step up their game here because at this point, this Marvel shit is can be clearly tiered because this would be a solid mid tier, and then you have the Spider-Man and the Captain Americas and the higher tiers, in my opinion.
I agree.
You
Those are
know,
higher
and
tier,
then
yeah.
this is what are they just putting more effort? This was their B team. Like, what's going on, right?
Yeah. I think it's just too many movies too in too short of a time span. That's all. It's just production is rushed, I think. That's a big problem, I bet.
Too
I haven't
many.
seen it. I gotta see it.
And this movie had the too many cooks. Definitely reeks of studio involvement. There are
Alright.
scenes where you could tell that this was going in a very interesting direction, a very controversial direction, maybe. Maybe a more challenging thing to the viewer that maybe this person isn't completely evil and this person isn't completely good. Like, they tried doing something in between, but in the end, they just fucking. No, this guy's a saint, this guy's the worst. You know?
Damn. So no
They.
ambiguity.
Not really. In the end, they kind of play it safe. Where, okay, this is gonna go into spoilers, so I'm not gonna say. In the end, they played very safe, where you don't feel bad about anything. They try to make everything happy in the end, and it would have been just so much more interesting if you gave Shang-Chi more of if you let him indulge in his uh, in his feelings more about what he wanted to do.
Right.
They held back. Everything is safe. Everything is safe. It's you can tell it's made for an I'll say an international market because it's all spectacle at the end. It's all visuals. It's flashy. The dialogue doesn't matter that much at the end. It's definitely made for that crowd. I didn't like it, guys. What do you want me to say? I thought this was gonna be martial arts in Marvel Universe, and it was for maybe 20 minutes.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see it and I'll let you know what I think. I've heard like some critics like online didn't think the world of it, but those are just the critics I look at, so
What I'm confused
I
about
don't know.
is I was reading this was the best Marvel movie ever. What happened? Are you serious?
That's why we don't read that. We
Are
just go watch it
are you
neutral.
serious?
Yeah.
Far from this. It's actually closer to the other side of the spectrum
Oh,
for me.
oh boy.
Anyways, don't let
Oh
my
boy.
maybe this was just how I felt. I'm not an expert on Marvel. I haven't seen a good chunk of them. Don't
Yeah,
let
that's
this
all right.
don't let this bias your opinion before you watch it.
No.
If this if that see that's the thing. Even I can't even tell you to go off the trailer because that could be misleading.
I saw the first trailer and we talked about it here. That's it.
This is Chinese mythology in Marvel. It's not Chinese martial arts movie, action movie in Marvel. So if that's
Oh boy.
something you're into, go for it.
Got it.
It's probably a good setup movie for. I do look forward to seeing Shang-Chi in the other movies. Yeah, I it would be interesting his interaction with the other characters in the Marvel universe. Um,
Right.
this was not a movie that I ever need to see again. This is probably not a movie I had to see in the first place, but whatever.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'm tearing it apart, but I will say whatever, like four to 5 out of 10 for me.
Some
And
people
that
are gonna be like,
and that
"Wah."
no, and that's for me. That's not the worst thing. I've seen
That's
worse.
average.
For me, my scale actually starts with one, whereas a lot of people would never rank something that low.
Oh, I
So
see.
yeah. So this is solid middle, I'm saying.
Fair
But
enough.
no.
I'm gonna check it out eventually. I
Very
have to.
very disappointed though with the
Yeah.
especially with the premise, what they could have done. And
Yeah.
with the exception of a very few scenes, and you'll know which ones they are when you see them. I could have skipped this.
Black Widow was meh to me. Oh boy, this is a
What's
string of
happening,
meh.
man? What's happening?
Again, rush productions, too much in too little time. That's my best
That's
guess.
gotta be it.
Yeah, because they just keep pumping out
COVID maybe?
content.
Could you chalk this one up for COVID again?
It was interrupted by COVID, the production, but I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. So that they still filmed before COVID, so I don't think we can call it a COVID problem.
Filmed before COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, it was filmed before and then during COVID. So I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna see rather.
Yeah, I forgot how
Uh,
far in advance these movies are actually filmed because it's 90% CGI, so that's probably where the bulk of the work comes from.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's as for comic properties, like we're gonna see like if you I talked about Doom Patrol here, which is like an outstanding show.
Hmm.
That season 3 comes out in like September 23rd, and then we're getting the Injustice movie out, the animated one on October 19th.
Right.
And I'll talk about that Injustice like based on the cover of the DVD. They might like make some changes from the comic, but I'm all for it. Like it's a change that I can tell I would like, but I'd rather people watch it than when I see it I can talk about it. I'm very excited to see it. These are some I'm rapid firing these. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
there's also how like I found out also that Venom was apparently we're on the comic tear here, but Venom is
Yeah.
apparently going to be PG-13, not R. And I'm like,
Come
oh
on. Wait,
sad.
wait,
Radic is
wait. What was
sad.
the first movie rated as?
PG-13.
But it was rumored that this one was gonna be R.
They said they were like, okay, for both Venom movies, they had the first beginning where they're like, it's gonna be R, and then I swear those were the reports, and then I'm just praying that this doesn't end up being like a Venom 1 situation where Sony like stuck the finger up the ass of the director and changed the movie again, and
I
then
wouldn't
made
be
edits so it's
surprised.
PG,
Yeah.
PG-13. Oh, like dude, they
Venom
do that
just
for
doesn't make
money.
sense for PG-13. What money?
They no, they do it for monetary
What
reasons. That's why they do
what
it.
teenagers are out here watching Venom? It's
Ask
gonna
the
be all people
executives.
of us.
Ask them. Ask the suits. They're the ones doing this, man.
It's
It's
us,
ridiculous.
man. It's
It's
us.
asinine. I don't know why they do it. They'll make the money. They'll be fine. I don't know why you
I
don't let
don't
it
think
be
it'll
R.
make too much of a difference.
I don't think so
And
either.
it would be so much better if they went with R because, hey, Deadpool was successful.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's my
Yeah.
point. I don't get it, dude. I
Was
just
it
don't get
whether
it.
it was a good movie or not? That's another debate. But hey, it was
Well,
successful,
whatever. It was successful as hell.
and it was
But I don't
R-rated.
know. Man.
R-rated comic book property. The Boys, super
Yeah.
successful,
Yeah, what?
hella
Yeah, thank you.
popular. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just throwing out the examples that I'm trying to like
Yeah.
pull
Like, come
pull
on,
some.
man. Have some more
What else is
faith
there?
in your adult audience. Adult
Yeah,
audience should be the monetary source, right?
yeah, exactly. Yep. But aside from that, I mean, there's the PlayStation Showcase that's coming up this Thursday, which would be when this podcast drops tomorrow.
Ooh.
It's gonna be the day after this pod drops. So Thursday, the 9th of September. It's like 40 minutes. Didn't mention anything. Sony. But I'm personally like rooting for like getting that Spider-Man game sequel, like a trailer or teaser. That'd be nice.
Already?
That's hopeful. No, what do you mean already? That game came out in 2018.
Well, Miles Morales.
I know, but like that's considered an in between, right? It's not a direct sequel
Oh,
to
it's a
Peter Parker's.
1.5? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a 1.5. But do you have something that you would want, like, or do you even care about the PS5 stuff,
No,
honestly?
I do care because, like I always said, the one thing that always influenced my decision to buy a Sony console was Persona.
Games. Oh,
Persona.
yeah, yeah,
To
Persona.
just being honest, I don't really care that much for all the other Sony properties, but Persona, among a very few other JRPGs, is one that does influence my decision. I don't have a PS5 yet. Persona 5 was so good on I played it on back on PS4 when I still had one. It's one of those games, even though it's 80 to 100 hours if you want to try to do most of the stuff. I That was the game I played for months, period. Didn't play anything else, and that's very rare for me. Very few games do that for me. It's Zelda and Persona mostly. Uh, so I'm hoping
That's
for
for
it.
Kakarot. Yeah.
I've noticed a good trend, which is more and more JRPGs coming to other consoles, including Xbox and PC, and
Hmm.
Switch, of course. But yeah, looking forward to Persona if this is the place to announce it.
Yeah. And then the last thing I want to talk about is the Lionsgate, which is I think they're a production
Yeah,
studio. They won the rights in like this huge bidding war, apparently, to film this movie called 48 Hours in Vegas, which follows like
48.
Dennis Rodman's escapades in Las Vegas during the '98 Bull finals where the Bulls won. And um, and from what I know of Dennis Rodman, I used to watch a lot of basketball. I just recently started shooting hoops again. By the way, 2 days ago I went to the court and shot hoops
Nice.
twice this weekend, Friday and Sunday.
Did you
Your
land anything
boys,
or no?
oh, my shots are rusty. That was what I was good
I'm
at, was
just
my
kidding.
shooting.
I'm just kidding.
I was just shooter. I'm the Iranian Larry Bird. But
Oh, okay, okay.
no, I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm really not. I was pretty damn good though from when I was younger.
Yeah.
When I was younger. But what was I talking about? Well, yes, basketball.
Dennis
What I know
Rodman.
of
Yeah.
Dennis, what I know of Mr. Rodman is he is a madman. If you've seen like interviews of him, he's a bit of a interesting, weird madman. But I do know that he really took his game seriously, as in I heard stuff like in interviews where they would say, "Oh yeah, Dennis was the kind of guy after a game even to go and work out in the gym, like after a game."
Oh,
That's
damn.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
And he's aggressive as shit. Like he was such a defensive beast and whatever. But he's a quirky guy, and I'm excited to see this because I think this movie involves if I read it correctly, how he took the assistant GM of the Bulls with him on these like escapades. So I'm excited, dude.
Hmm.
He was a party monster at the time, a little bit out of control, but I'm excited. This is a movie I'm very excited to see.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. I don't know how it's gonna be though. I don't know if it's a documentary or if it's just gonna be like acted out. If it's acted out, I hope Dennis is in it, like acting. He has to.
He has to have a cameo at least.
He has to. There's no other way. But
On the topic of sports movies, the one I can really recommend, I don't know if you've seen this or not, is Moneyball with Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. Um, it's it's presented as a baseball movie where the GM and the scout get together and come up with this algorithm to hire players based on their statistics rather than what uh, the audience values them at, right? And they assemble this team on a shoestring budget. Really good movie. It's one of my favorite movies,
you
but
should see it.
it's actually disguised as like a philosophical movie almost. You don't need to be into baseball to enjoy it. I really recommend it. Uh,
Sick.
yeah,
I should write it down. It should
yeah,
be put on my
Moneyball,
list.
Moneyball with Brad Pitt. Any sports
Gotcha.
movies that you're into? I know we've both seen our fair share of Adam Sandler movies.
I have. I've seen Like Mike. Do you remember Like Mike?
Like Mike? No.
Yeah, Like Mike from like 2001, 2002.
Let me look that
That's a
up.
basketball one involving like the NBA stars are in it. What have I
Oh,
seen?
okay.
I've seen Like Mike. I've seen Space Jam 1, obviously. I've seen. trying to think of sports movies. We saw you and I
Waterboy,
have seen the we saw the
Water,
Longest Yard,
Longest Yard, Waterboy,
Waterboy, yeah, water.
Gatorade,
Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I can't think of more, but
I gotta say, Longest Yard was actually pretty good. Like
I enjoyed it.
jokes aside.
Seriously, I enjoyed it
Yeah,
as a kid. I love that movie.
yeah.
I also saw this one with what's his name? David Spade.
Benchwarmers. That's a good one.
Benchwarmers.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, yeah, I saw Benchwarmers. That movie is bad in retrospect, but I still enjoyed it. Like,
Yeah.
what's his name is in it? Rob Schneider.
Rob
He's in it.
Schneider. Yeah.
I don't know those movies that people like completely shit
He's
on.
basically Adam Sandler's shadow.
Oof.
Or no, wait.
Let's
Is that what
let's
I
hope he
meant?
doesn't hear
Like
that.
clone, Adam Sandler clone. Is he?
Clone. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
Not saying that he's in Adam Sandler's shadows. I'm just saying it's like this. It's like another Adam Sandler.
Yeah, fair enough. And I can't think of any more. Should we roll to the next thing?
Yeah, might as well.
All right. So this is the weird news segment, and here I'm gonna tell you guys that this was last week though, but in the Sydney
Okay,
suburbs,
I
there was
got
an
it.
Australian python, like a 10-foot fucking python that was just
Jesus
slithering around the
Christ.
spice section of the store. It's called the Woolsworth. That's the name of the store. And the crazy shit being that like nobody noticed this python until somebody like pointed it out.
Of course.
I don't think it attacked anyone, but it makes me wonder because I was in Costco today. I got a lot of goodies in Costco, like this water bottle, which I just found out. I don't need to tip it over to sip from the sippy straw. I can just sip. Mm,
Jesus.
delicious. But if I found a python chilling at the meat section, I don't know what I would do. I don't know. If it's either you react one way or the other in these situations. You either freak out or you calmly stare and back away. I feel like that's two ends of the extreme.
Are
But
Australians
anyway,
even like faced by this?
I don't think that. I imagine less so than us, man. They have to deal with, bro. Australian people got to deal with like black widow spiders, all these venomous snakes that just chill in their like come into their homes. I've heard. I could be wrong. You people can tell me, but if you're Australian and listening or watching, but
I think
Jesus, man.
it's hanging around some good spices, so it's got good taste at least. What's that?
I
Basil?
wonder. Do you see basil on the screen?
I think it's hard to see. It's kind of blurry, but yeah, it's got
Yeah,
good
basil's
taste.
tremendous.
I see paprika.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah,
Good,
good
good
choice.
choice.
Good choice.
Um,
Danger
and
noodle.
then
Snake.
oh, danger noodle, snack. Yeah, that's my
Snake.
favorite
Yeah,
snack.
snake.
Um, and then, you would think reading this like headline, it's like authorities hunt for, drum roll please,
It's already on
a
the
loose
screen.
alligator in Maryland. A loose alligator. And so apparently, like these county officials said, like this alligator was on the loose in 2020. We're knee deep.
On the loose from where?
I don't know, but
Isn't it
in this
supposed to
area
be on the loose?
in St. Mary's County, it's been on the loose in that area since 2020 or in 2020. The
Wait.
sighting, go ahead.
Isn't it supposed to be in nature? Like, what's it on the loose from? Is it from a zoo or what is it?
I don't know. I don't know, but this thing's on the loose, right? You know what it reminds me of that show, Elliot Moose. He's on the loose.
No,
But if we can come up with a danger noodle, like a danger noodle being on the loose. Sorry, this is not a danger noodle. It's a danger piece of
it's a
armored reptile.
gator. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a gator. But
gator.
but yeah, so like these people were like, "Oh,
Oh,
we didn't find him, so we're gonna consider him unfounded," and they didn't even bother to keep looking for this gator.
oh,
And
dude,
then
I understand now.
yes,
Not alligators are not native to Maryland. That's why it's on the loose,
and
and they are not,
yeah.
and they are not legal to own. Officials are hoping to capture the alligator and relocate it to Florida.
I
This
just
a-
realized why my
this
brain farted because I'm used to hearing
from
Florida.
Florida. This fucking alligator came all the way
Did you,
from
did you see
Florida
that?
to
Did you see
Maryland.
the lightning back
Oh
there?
yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this fucking gator went.
That's loud as shit. That
Yeah,
thunderclap. Did you hear that on my end?
yeah. I heard it.
That's crazy. Sorry, people. We're having Poseidon peeing on our homes
Yeah.
at the moment. So
Anyways, yeah. Let's continue. This fucking gator went all the way from Florida to fucking Maryland.
Oh,
Maybe it's trying to get away from
me,
that COVID hotspot.
maybe he's like Ryu from Street Fighter. He's a world warrior. He's just walking
He's a
around
world
everywhere.
warrior, just fighting every state.
Yep, precisely. But yeah, this is a wanted alligator presumed MIA. Now
My
somebody found it.
goodness.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Listen, this next article is just again another like alligator that's they're trying to trap in Maryland.
Are you
Another
sure
one.
it's not the same thing?
I couldn't find out
This
through the
has to,
article if it was
bro.
the
There
same
can't
thing.
be two loose gators in Maryland.
Yeah, it seems weird, but apparently they're trying to like. I'm gonna assume it's the same alligator, but yeah, they're just trying to
Yeah,
relocate it back to Florida.
yeah,
But
whatever.
anyway,
This next one
this
though, holy
this next
shit.
one's the best one. I
Yeah.
cannot wait. People, you
Okay.
thought that was weird shit. Forget that. Michael Jordan's used underwear is up for auction. Let that sink
Of
in.
course, of course it is.
It's on a sports memorabilia website. Just Google it. Trust me when I say I'm not fucking with you people. And it has, hear me out here, quote unquote, signs of definite use. Oh my God, whacking off, sweat from ball games, working out. And apparently there's, quote unquote, loose threads evident at the seams. And the website is called Leland's. And the guy who owns it, or the guy who put it up, or whatever, said that that underwear was one of several items that was gifted to a man whose last name is Wozniak from Jordan. He gifted him that? Like, what?
I
Jordan,
used
what were you
underwear.
doing? Is Jordan a gambler? I think he is, right? Did Jordan like
Yeah,
lose
he
at
is.
poker?
Yeah,
Did he
he
play
is a
strip
gambler.
poker and give it to this guy? Like seriously, how else did you get his underwear?
Yeah.
I don't know. He got suits and ties, belts, and
My
jackets worn by
God.
him.
Yeah, this is
Underwear
definitely a
though,
gambling thing. Yeah.
it has to be. Like how else would you get your hands on it? I think Jordan was like, I don't got money on me. No, there's no way he didn't say that. He's too rich. I don't know. They came up with a stipulation when drunk, maybe, and Jordan's like, "I'll give you my underwear," or something. Fuck,
God
I don't
damn,
get it.
bro.
Whatever. But I checked yesterday, and apparently the what was it the amount that they're betting on, like the bidding is currently at like it went from 500 starting, now it's at like 1560 as of yesterday. It's crazy, ridiculous.
It's not.
I I,
I mean,
I don't think I don't know if Jordan's a filthy motherfucker, but if you want to find out, go bid on those underwear, people. If you have the money to spend like that, I pray you
yeah.
don't. If you do,
Don't
whatever,
buy
that's
this.
that's your life.
Don't buy this.
Don't, yeah, just don't. But I think it's hilarious. I have one more thing I can talk about, but I think I wanna.
Save it.
I don't know. Do I want to do it or do I? You know what? Let's do it. We'll do it.
Okay.
This is the last thing. Basically, there's a dolphin. A dolphin was spotted swimming. So Louisiana had a flood recently, and in a Louisiana neighborhood, there's just a dolphin swimming around. And that's the gist of this is that this
Oh
family was
shit,
looking
there
at
it
the damage to
goes.
their neighborhood, which sucks, by the way. Hurricane, I think it's Ida, or I think it's Hurricane Ida. Uh,
Yeah, it
sh-
is.
pe-
Yeah.
People in Louisiana, my heart goes out to you, people.
Yes.
Um, but they found this dolphin just swimming in the neighborhood, and basically, as of to last week Tuesday, that dolphin was still swimming there. But the kicker is that they told the rescue group, and they're like, "Well, if the dolphin's there for any longer, then we'll consider coming to get it. Until then, just wait. Wait till the dolphin tries to find its way out." It's like, huh,
Mhm.
okay. I don't know if they're stretched in or something, but it's again, this is just like odd shit. Like, how does a dolphin end up
Who
in a
knows,
Louisiana
man?
neighborhood? That is an animal and location combination that you and I could not have come up with.
Dolphin
Dolphin
in Louisiana neighborhood.
in
Nah,
Louisiana
you
neighborhood.
can't make this shit up.
And do you notice that most of the time when we talk about stuff, it kind of fits in with the podcast? Bottom dweller banter, the fish, the things of that like reside near water or in water, alligators, dolphins,
There's
tons
too
of
much
alligators.
gators. We have too much gators.
We have a lot of gators. We talk about pythons. We talked about we always get reptiles. We
Yeah,
rarely
it's all
get.
too many
It's
reptiles.
all reptiles, the cold-blooded motherfuckers. The ones that have the 1,000-yard stare 24/7, like they did a blast of coke that was like from 1979. Those creepy fucks,
You
which I
speaking
like, by
from
the way.
experience?
No, I don't. I didn't do coke from 1979. I wasn't even sperm in 1979. Uh, on that note, that's everything for today. Normally, I throw a question at you this week. Honestly, my brain is struggling to come up with a question, but I feel like you really hit us. Some people, I'm interested to see people's responses to your opinion, and I should check out the movie and come back with my findings. But I think other than that, we're done for this week. Anything else, Mr. Bird, before we go?
Not much, not much.
Okay. Shall I do the outro shit?
Go for it.
All right,
Sorry.
time to shoot off the usual. Time to shoot the load of saying subscribe on the YouTubes at Bottom Dollar Banter BDB. Follow us on Spotify, Bottom Dollar Banter. Follow us on Twitter at BD Banter Podcast. Follow us on Instagram at Bottom Dollar Banter. And with that being said, we are off to swim like a dolphin in the neighborhood of life. See what I did there? Awful. Love you, people. People in Louisiana, my heart goes out to you. Stay safe in these times, people. Much love. Take care.
Take care.